Hello, everyone. Welcome to another day of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So last time we left, we were in court, and then where Cody Hackins, a kid who was a big Steel Samurai fan, he he supposedly witnessed the possibility of another person showing up and during the time he saw the Steel Samurai. But the problem is that the Steel Samurai lost, and which led Phoenix to believe that Hammer the Hammer was the victim of another stabbing, and there's also people, the director and the producer. Now Phoenix has said there's a possibility that one of the two can as the true killer and not Mr. Will Powers. So last week, we're gonna do investigate the last day investigation of this case. So anyway, let's get started. October 19th, 3:27 p.m. Reading Company Law Offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Hmm? Oh, Maya. Sorry. So, what happened? Well, I think I got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow's the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's a new court system that they introduced 2 to 3 years ago. We had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So, under the system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we have no time to waste. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer was. What? Was I always this excitable? I know I'm not gonna get much here, so... October 19th, Detention Center, Visitor Room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help. Ha ha ha, I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares to tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I heard he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, she asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, but I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions on Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Mr. Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago? October 19th, Global Studios, Main Gate. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think our guards now. Yeah? Bet we can even eat those donuts at the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Ew, she's alive. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she's always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal, he's soft and pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone be like treated like dirt? It doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer. I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnappers. Poor old Hammer. You tried to star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Well, he still powers his costume but so he can sneak by me. He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. That's enough out of her. October 19th, Global Studios, employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see him filming, just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any clues lying around. Yarr. No touching. Eek. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean, I almost had a heart attack. I guess it could be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plan on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal, traces thereof. So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pill. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. I have the capabilities to make a cursory explanation right there. Our science gave me some testing solution. These will react to your sleeping pills, see? If it's traces, it'll change colors. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had to be laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Now go to your investigation. To tell you the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should just pursue the case we have already against Powers. And some people believe which suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it. I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How's Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about birds, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, what happened to that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim John Cameron's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Power to sleep was no other than the victim. So I was right. Okay, time to move. Oh, time to move. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. Guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... Well, wait, why? But WP's innocent. Yes, I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. What? No! I was wondering if I could task you at Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true, then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'll do anything she says, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About Fabi girls who were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set. Was that trailer part of the film set, then? An accident 5 years ago. Yes, in Studio 2. That trailer there was part of the film set. Could you tell us what happened? Sorry. I don't think I can. They really don't want us talking. They want us to talk about it. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to do kid shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Why aren't they going to make kid shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. You want it quiet, you understand? How could they just do that? What about all the kids who love to steal samurai? It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. The program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. This? What's this? This is why I can't stop the steal samurai. Oh, whoops. Hey, Alex. Wrong thing. And this is... A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love to steal samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters... going pretty well. Just started. You can tell me something. Tell me what is that global studio is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I could tell you what I heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died. It was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer wouldn't do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Hello, Consulman. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career. His word got out. I see. You know who know more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her. Good, good. I'm glad you're here. I'm here. I'm glad you're here, man. And also, thank you for the host, man. I really appreciate it. If she'll talk. Okay, time to talk to the old bag again. Indeed, taking down the good old Sigma. What, you're still slinking around? You like the place so much, why don't you take it over from me? The old room doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do you think Global Studios made what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to throw off in the mouth, Nick. Of course, disco. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. I want to ask you about 5 years ago. Who'd you hear that from? Nichols. Nichols? Nichols, Penny Nichols, the assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, I heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers. Treasuring up there in someone's past and all that recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? Thank you so much for the bits, Alex. No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. You claimed that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to leave that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I'm sorry, Miss Oldbeck, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? Yeah, I don't quite have that. It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure I'll hammer some sleepless nights. Where's the proof that I used those pills and Powers? Take that. Mr. Bowers ate T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that I used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Soulbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Soulbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with her at the studio. I kind of have to agree, actually. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but I guess originally is best. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant to harm anyone. Miss Oldbeck. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbeck. Here, take this. A photograph? Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of the stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the male fell down the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. Understand? Okay, time to go somewhere else. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2. Right. Definitely right, Alex. Definitely right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello. Hello. H-E-L-L-O. Hey, Rainbow Dark Diva. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. How you doing tonight? Maya, you should at least try to play it. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she has to say, apparently. Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came around the day of the murder, and... Shh. Hmm? Perhaps he didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, man. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have the chance of the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. You must talk about that, man. Perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. I guess that's it. Don't do it, it's a trap. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seemed pretty messy in here. Guess she's still on the high from getting that rare card she needed. Retro crew, definitely. No, go back. There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence is dangerous. Hey, hello, fence. That should be working. What the hell? Whoops, I spelled that. My bad. I'll correct that later. Actually, maybe I should show that. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Old bag. Old? She means the security list. Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right, anyway. Miss Vasquez. You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. The huh? Weed. It's gotta be weed. It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Hold on, I think I gotta do one more thing before I talk here. If I remember correctly... No, stop it. Purple dank. It's clearly weed. It's already covered scent. They must not clean it much. Okay, maybe not. Guess I followed through the trailer. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why are you so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But he used to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place at the start. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour on his own accord. But you're the cause. You pressured him. And I think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is all this about? You kept saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, you believe me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. Yeah, she's quite fancy. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need was the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Oh shit. Mafia time. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt. No. Why should Vasquez care about it? I'm sure I have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No. Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry, I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? Vasquez. Alrighty, it's time for court. Anyway, be right back. I need a drink. back. Alrighty, it's time to save. And we are going to court. Oh, I already saved, damn it. Definitely can wrap this up tonight. Only this case anyway. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Willpowers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. It claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems to be on edge today. Let me call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calling Ms. Steve Vasquez to the stand. Steve Vasquez is a producer who presented the Studio 2 trailer that day. Hey, no smoking in court, lady. Will the witness state your name and occupation? Steve Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. Hey, Councilman, originally this game was 4 cases long. When it came to the DS, a 5th case was added, to make use of the touch screens of the DS. But if we were to play this straight up, I would say maybe a good 20 hours, maybe 25. It should be in this one. The 5th case. Alex has talked about the 5th case. Yes, it should be in. Yeah, it should be in this one. Because I know the other cases have the other 2 games have all their cases. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. You must pontificate. Do it when I'm not here. The Game Boy Advance, Councilman. Then it came out to the DS. There was a version also on the Wii version, and with the remote control, you can actually do the Phoenix Wright point when you do an injection. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please to give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I don't think she's wearing pants. I entered the trailer. Oh, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Oh boy, Dr. Orochi. How you doing tonight, Doctor? He hears pants come down, and in comes the doc. at 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in the front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio One. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. Oh, Doc. There's a van in Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. And of course, press all the time. By yourself? Yes. Oh, Alex has redeemed Add a Sound. Okay, so this is the first time I'm adding the sound, so... Alrighty, you got it. Just whisper it to me, which sound you want, and just to remind me. But I will add it, and I will let you know when it's added. Thank you very much for redeeming that, Alex. And you didn't stop at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a little bit more about that. The witness not come here and engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said for you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting at that 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it would be between those times. You would think, come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. So how you doing tonight, Doc? And what were you doing there at that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks in front of the dead trailer. Hey Alex, did you ever play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person's enough. If she came in and murdered during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. I've had evidence that she proved she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? I kinda wish she said a little more. It's hard, I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure I found something kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere. So Phoenix Wright is actually in the game as a fighting character, a playable character. At the end, his ending in the game where he's in court. He's in court with Edgeworth and what's her face? Oh, and the She-Hulk. And you see the She-Hulk starts raging out, and you see both Phoenix and Edgeworth holding on to hugging each other in fear as She-Hulk was smashing the judge's table. Okay, I don't know what to present here. Oh shit, I don't know if I have anything on here. Uh-oh. Is this it? Really? Okay. Ha, as I thought. You claim you ate the T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this about now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Miss Manellas ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet there are no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. That's a little subjective. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it. Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today will be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let's have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you could say, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Correct. She couldn't. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha! You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this kiss. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. And that will be this thing. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. Okay, maybe not. I can sense it too with my fake blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence from her. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during this morning's action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is this possible? Someone to stab a man wearing a thick costume with this through the chest. Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what your... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? That the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what it was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us the weapon that used to kill Mr. Hammer? When I make a claim like that, if I can tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can be unfounded sometimes, but you found it, Mr. Wright. Hey, Seganon. Thank you for, I know it's not really a normal retro game, but I do appreciate that you dropped by. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Take that. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order. If I cannot have order, the trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph was from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of the very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Oh, definitely. A bunch of memes and stuff. Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced through his chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Steve Vasquez met Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer has himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did on purpose or accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Ho, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found in the studio, was it not? and in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio One and returned the trailer all in space in a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting of the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio One and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? Well, she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands. For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Of course, the van. Dummies. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio One, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio One. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right? Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course, Sal. Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to place in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? Dot, 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 dot. So, what happens next? Don't at me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? So, something like that.
Objection!
How you doing, hungry nerd? Welcome to the stream. I just said that. Wait, so you mean... T. Vasquez, so it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Dot, dot, dot. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth said me sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I say it again? You ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. Come so far, only to fail. As it seems, there's no further questions. I'd like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see you have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see a little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed, verily, I say. Ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body. Very well. The witness will testify to court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? You probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth. Okay, a little bit more. I was with Sal and Obag, the security lady, when the body was found. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Obag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issue raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're very close. We're real close. Shame you be acting tough now. But you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Out. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for rehearsal. So I would say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in the costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you couldn't have put Hammer in that costume with Sal Manella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy. The witness will continue her testimony. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seem calm enough when I accused you of murder. Ugh. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one was there thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Power doesn't really stand out. We often left on the bus when shooting on location. No one was noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. I immediately called for the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. Excuse me. So we stood there until our powers finally arrived on scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence, dead silence. Dot, 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 silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. All back, the security lady. Why does security lady think Powers have done it? She said because he saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrive and arrested Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seemed to also gave the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, that means the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seemed that everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand it since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could be involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot of riding on all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring a script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have known about the murder before going to Studio One. Order. Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard that you understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate your concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstand me. I have perfectly reason to believe that there will be no rehearsal. Very well, wouldn't you change your testimony to reflect this reason? I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. How did you know the injury? How do I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. Everything I thought would be for wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Shit. Crap. This one, maybe?
Objection!
knew the hammer was injured. Do you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in the photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured on the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, you must have gotten wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would we tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything, Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes. Was it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to happen after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who has been injured this morning. That should do it. Order, order. I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see. Sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Snap. Very well. I have a question for you. Irk. Why are these real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he's fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. I wish I had killed the victim. If there's a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove that she had a motive? Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to you the court as evidence as Mr. Vasquez motive this murder. And the photo. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? Oh. 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case is currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bring us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Miss D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say. I had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright? He's inflamed to Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Baskets did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Basket. What? What? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security later to thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who has so cruelly taken advantage of him all these years. There we go. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel. Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. How could this... It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene. And... No, Manuel. Don't touch her, Miss Vasquez. No. Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm as collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found is only so natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. I don't think so, Alec. She has a case for self-defense. According to the lore I've read, I don't think she ever did. Like I said, it was a self-defense, so I don't think they jail people for that. Maybe for the cover-up afterwards, but that's a minor compared to murder, you know? I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that you wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. To think that you tried to frame me for murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to blame on you because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Uh-oh, pissed off Edgeworth. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you haven't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Oh yes, that's right. He's a Steel Samurai fan. Liar. Right. I must say, I haven't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet it again? However, in retrospect, it would have better we have not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Are those kind of unnecessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix, right? Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Jerk. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so the curtain closed on another trial. It caused quite a stir by revealing an accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios redoubled its programming change. They went back to making kid shows again. Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they would seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards, too. You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Is it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Powers. Pink Princess, man. Powers went down. Alrighty. And that does it for case number 3. Yep, it's confirmed. I got case number 5 right here. But I'm not going to start that tonight. Indeed, very, very much indeed. Save that. Okay, and that's it for tonight. Alex, thank you for the bits, and also everybody else who showed up tonight. I appreciate it. I know Twitch has got a lot of extras out there, and I'm just glad for the fact you came to stop by. No matter how long you stayed, doesn't matter. I'm just glad you came by. Anyway, let's see if somebody's up. Let's go give Corpsman a raid. I promised him a raid.
Objection!
SOA Corpsman. Alex, I'll add that soundbite. I'll let you know. Anyway, again, everybody. Again, thank you very much. I'll see you next time.